There's no need to fear. The weekly news update is here, and this week we are talking about new characters potentially coming to farmable nodes. The beta raids are returning and more. Yes, it's gonna be a good one, but before I get into the news, I do wanna mention the sponsor of this video, ClanHQ. What is ClanHQ, you may be asking yourself? Well, it is a new, fully featured messaging app, and it is free on the Android and iOS stores right now. It's got all kind of features that could integrate with over 75 different games, including Marvel Strike Force. You got a full feature chat with stickers, gifts, photos, badges, and more. And you got a notification setting so that you can tag people and see everyone that reads your messages. Good stuff, guys. You can even store your game data so that anyone that you want to check out your entire roster, they can do that with just a click of a button. And that's really valuable if you're an alliance leader that's looking for new members, or if you are someone that is looking for a new alliance. You guys can find a perfect match with just a few clicks of these buttons in this app, guys. And because all your game data is integrated with the app, you can show up things like your total collection power and your strongest team power to anyone that wants, and it is right there in the app itself. So check out the link in the description, guys, and you can learn more about ClanHQ. Really good app. They're adding new features all the time. Hey, ClanHQ has some really big stuff coming up, guys, so make sure you check out the link in the description so that you can be one of the first people to use this app. Now, if you're ready for some news, let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hey, what's up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. It is time for the news, most exciting time of the week. And as usual, I am joined by my brother, Khasino. What is up, man?
What's going on?
Woo, you got a lot of stuff. You're just freshly back from San Diego Comic-Con. We got some possible changes for some farming of new characters. We got the beta raids coming back. We got a lot more. We're going to talk all about that. Before we get to that, I do want to remind you guys, I am playing on BlueStacks right now. So check out the link there. Valley merch, of course, and there is Patreon. But first things first, we got a new character this week, Mysterio. We've seen his kit. We've seen his animations. You've got a chance to find and play with him. What are your thoughts on Mysterio?
So yeah, I've been using Mysterio quite a bit. Mine is, I want to say 4 gold star, 4 red star.
Nice.
I think I've got him up around like 37k,
Ooh,
somewhere in there.
Beefy.
Yeah, that's pretty much where all my current Sinister Six members are at. And
Okay.
yeah, he's just not. It's just not that impressive. Again, I think his main use is on the original Spider-Verse in place of Spider-Man. I think he really helps them take down Fury Shield. But
I could see that. I could see that. We talked about that with extra focus and things last week. That does make sense with all the
extra
debuffs
focus
going around.
Extra focus, the super early heal block. Yeah, they don't have any way to cleanse. So yeah, getting that heal block, spawning with deflect, which really helps everyone not get immediately wrecked by the opening turn of the Fury Shield team. So yeah, just you know, a lot of tools for them to beat Fury Shield. But yeah, other than that, you know, he's just not that impressive of a character.
If you have to rate him right off the top of your head on your tier list, God tier, trash tier, anywhere in between, where would you put him? Just off the top of your head, not a final analysis.
Somewhere around low elite, high usable.
Okay, nice. That's better than I thought you would say.
He's not a garbage character. Like, his basic is pretty good. You know, it's not good enough to justify bringing him in because he's so squishy, but being able to remove multiple buffs every time you basic is nice. And even after he dies, he spawns the summons, which can remove those buffs with their basic. So it's something. You know, a blind is nice, and AoE is not a bad thing, but just
and those summons could come in handy. You never know, depending on the battle, right?
Well, they could be like a clutch last minute saver, but to get those summons on the field, Mysterio has to die. So you never want to plan around them, but every once in a while, those summons might you know, you might get lucky, but
might help you. Yeah. All right. Well, Mysterio is here. They had his offer last week, and he is in the Milestones. He is a new Milestone character. I think everybody was predicting Coulson or Cyclops. No! It is Mysterio. What are your thoughts on these new milestones and Mysterio being the milestone character?
I got a few thoughts on this. So my thoughts are, as you know, they have a kind of rigid schedule for when they release new characters, and they can only release so many new characters to us. You know, it's not like next month they can just release 8 characters. Like, that won't work for them or for us. Like, people won't be able to buy offers for 8 new characters. No one has the resources to power up 8 new characters. It's just not something they can do. And so they kind of commit themselves to like, oh, during this month we're going to release these characters. So I think they already have characters they want to release next month that they've locked into next month, and they weren't sure how to release all the characters this month. And like we saw a data mine that said Mysterio would have a blitz, and then I think they realized like, well, we're running out of time. If we want to have 2 weekends in a row that are Vulture Blitz, we have to figure out a new way to get Mysterio to everyone. And since he's kind of the, you know, since Spider-Man is already in the game, he's kind of like the title character from the Far From Home release. So they went with a release method that most people should get Mysterio. I mean, you're going to get 55 shards from the login calendar for free. And then if you do the milestones, even if you only partially do the milestones, most people, I think, are going to get Mysterio from this. And obviously, anyone who bought an offer, you know, would just unlock them right away. But it was a $50 offer, and I don't know that Mysterio's worth $50. But anyway, I think they just, you know, needed a way to release another character in a short window of time, and they're like, well, let's do milestones.
All right, before we get to the actual milestones, let me ask you a follow-up question on this. Where the heck is Cyclops and Coulson? I think everybody is predicting them. When is your prediction of when they're going to be released? We have certain characters coming out in August. You think Coulson and Cyclops getting pushed back to September or later than that? What is your gut telling you on this?
My gut has not been worth a damn in predicting these things. People keep asking me this as if I know the answer.
They're asking me all the time too. I'm like, I haven't seen anything in data mines or anywhere about these characters.
I know sometimes I know stuff, but I have no idea what they're doing with Coulson or Cyclops. I want to know just as badly as everyone else. My gut and trying to predict them has proven futile. You know, we've theorized like several things at this point that could be Coulson or Cyclops, and you know, I don't know. I think they might, like, we've seen them do this before where people see characters and they go, oh, that character's going to be really, really strong. And then they hold on to that character for a while, right? Like we saw Loki and we were like, oh my God, Loki on spawn 100% turn meter. He's going to be so good. And then they don't release him for a while.
And then they buff him before he's even released. And
no, nerf.
Yes. I had it in my head, right? But I said it wrong. But yeah.
Happened with Loki, happened with Okoye. Oh, Okoye is going to be so good. Can't wait. Delayed forever, nerf just before release. So my guess is if following that trend, again, my guess isn't worth anything, so don't take this as gospel, but I'm guessing we'll start seeing some raids or campaign events or something where a super powered Cyclopses and Coulson start kicking our ass, and then after a month or two of getting our ass kicked by those OP characters, then they'll get nerfed and released randomly.
Makes sense.
That's my best guess at this point. You know, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that history that they have with Okoye and Loki, and unfortunately, I think you might be right on that one.
But I hope I'm not, but I don't know.
I hope you're not too, but the trend doesn't indicate that. But let's talk about these milestones, because we got new milestones. The Captain Marvel ones I was pretty happy with. The last few that we've had before Mysterio was kind of What are your thoughts on these milestones? I know they said that it was going to get better rewards and be harder. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Definitely harder.
I would agree with that.
They went from needing to spend 1.4 million gold to needing to spend 2.6 million gold. They went from needing to spend 3,600 energy down to only 2,760 energy, but they shortened it by a day. So it's actually more energy that needs to get spent. And then World Warrior, they went from 135,000 points to 160,000 points. Now, a lot of people are looking at this and saying like, well, they made it harder, but they nerfed the rewards. And it feels like they nerfed the rewards, but mathematically, I don't think they nerfed the rewards. They slightly, maybe by like 10%, reduced the normal rewards in terms of like the milestone orb shards, catalysts and stuff like that. Like people are pointing out, we used to get 50 ABCs, now we get 20, but we do get 25 of the other catalyst pieces. So really, they nerfed it by 5. And so yeah, it's definitely like a slight decrease in overall efficiency of normal rewards. In their mind, by adding in all the Mysterio shards, they increased rewards. And again, like just the flat mathematical value is technically you're getting more bang for your buck, you're getting more stuff. The reason why it feels like a nerf is because all the stuff everyone definitely wants got slightly reduced, and then they added in a bunch of Mysterio shards that don't seem very valuable.
You can't quantify that. They're invaluable. They're everywhere. They're so valuable.
Well, it's it's a matter of like who the character was. Like if they were Cyclops shards, I think people would be very happy. I just think so, they're Mysterio shards, and characters hold value based on a couple of things: how much people love the character and how good the character actually is in the game. And while I don't doubt that there's some people that really like Mysterio, there's no denying that he's not the most popular character in the whole Marvel universe, and he's definitely not the best character in the game or anything close to that. So I just think the general reception is like, well, you made it tougher, you slightly reduced everything else, and our compensation is a bunch of Mysterio shards I didn't really want. So that
sums it up perfectly. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Mysterio's not that great in my opinion, in your opinion, and yeah, it doesn't feel as good as Captain Marvel did. Because Captain Marvel, we saw her kit, like, awesome. Oh my goodness. We see Mysterio's kit, we're like, it's good, but it's
even good. It's all right.
Yeah, good. You're right. Good might be stretching it a bit.
I think if you challenge me, like, hey, make a character kit that's as average as possible, like Mysterio might have achieved like perfectly average status.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw it, the leaks for it, and then some of the other things, the data mines were like, this has potential to be really good, but as
it was all hinging on the passive.
Yeah, we didn't know the whole thing. So.
Now that we know that the passive summons are just, super squishy, just a letdown.
Yeah.
And we knew it was incomplete, so actually the hype was based on like, maybe there's even more to the kit, but not, there's like some deflects.
Slight more to it.
Yeah, there was more, but not much.
All right, so yeah, people don't seem as enthused about Mysterio as they were with Captain Marvel or even the X-Men.
Right.
But it is what it is. Let's move on to Nexus 6-3. We got a new character on Nexus 6-3. Okoye, baby, to complete that legendary Wakandans team. What are your thoughts on Okoye? We mentioned her earlier getting that nerf. What are your thoughts on her becoming farmable?
I fully support the decision. I've started farming her every day.
I have to. I want her ranked up. I want all my Wakandans ranked up and ready to go for this next event. Any other thoughts on her becoming farmable?
No. I mean, there's not much to say on it, but just so I've started really working on my Wakandan team. A lot of people have said, "Oh, you're always defending the Wakandan team as a good raid team, but you haven't put a lot of resources into them." But I was hoarding my resources to try to focus on my arena team and the X-Men. But now that I'm pretty happy with where they're at, I'm falling back to my raid team. So I am putting resources into my Wakandans now, and just something to remember about Okoye, she is constantly jumping in on other people's attacks. So the stronger she is, she actually brings like quite a bit of damage to that team by constantly jumping in for assists. And then the stronger Okoye is, the more likely that she kills someone on BP's turn. So you can actually make your Black Panther stronger by powering up Okoye. So there's a lot of there's a lot of additional benefits people don't really consider.
She removes debuffs too, so her focus gets higher the more stars you got in her. So it's
you definitely want the focus, for sure.
Yeah. She does. I think she removes it on her assists too. I think I've seen that happen.
Yeah, she does.
A bunch. So yeah, good character. Yep. Nick Fury. It seems like you finally got him to 7 stars, correct?
That is correct, and I heard you did as well.
Yes, I used the 147k Kree minion team. I was like, oh, this is such a low team, and then I saw your infographic that someone did it with 111. I'm like, oh, 147 is not impressive at all. That's not.
No, but it wasn't tough. I mean, the Nick Fury event was designed before Red Stars, and they didn't update it for Red Stars. So, it was supposed to be a survival stage. where you just try not to die and you win, and I won by killing all the enemies. Like, it's just
so did I. But again, you mentioned it was before Red Stars. It was also before that Kree rework too. So Kree was very, very bad, and towards the end of that 7-star, I seen some level 15 characters in there with no Red Stars. So
right.
It is what it is. But happy you finally got Fury. Does it really make a difference on your team at this point?
Well, I mean, they were already my strongest team, but now they're all gear tier 13, and it put my Nick Fury over 60,000 power. So
nice.
It doesn't make a big difference, but my OCD of now having them all 7-star gear tier 13 is pretty happy.
I'm right there with you on the OCD. I couldn't stand everybody else at 7 and Nick Fury at 6. I'm glad it's done. Interesting blitz we got this Monday. We got a Falcon Blitz, which in my mind is a pretty coveted character.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's on it started on Monday. It's currently going on as we're recording this. But what do you think this means? Because it was data mined that Vulture is coming on Thursday blitzes back to back next week and the following week. What's going on? Do you think this is going to mean that we have a bad Thursday blitz for this, or a not as coveted character for this? And what does all this mean?
Well, again, you're trying to make heads or tails of it, but we know, as you can tell from the milestones, like it's well established that FoxNext absolutely love just constantly moving things around and just trying different things. So I don't know if they've done this in a while, but they put a new character release on a Thursday, and then they put a highly coveted character the following Monday. I don't remember them doing that anytime recently, if ever before. And so
I know they have before, but not recently.
Yeah, if they've done it, it would have been a while ago. So, I think they're seeing, how, if it leads to more spending for people who want to do really well in both blitzes back to back. That's my guess. But yeah, I've given up trying to find a rhyme or reason. I think they just, they just move a lever here, move a dial there, and just see what kind of results they get.
Throwing it all to the fan and seeing what sticks, right?
Yeah.
I think he summed it up best when he said, when it comes to FoxNext, there's no precedence. There's no following any consistent patterns. But
nope, if you try to make sense of an established pattern, you're just gonna end up misleading yourself and disappointing yourself.
Totally agree. All right, now we did see some info in the data mines last week about the Falcon Blitz. We're trying to figure out what it was because of the way it was worded. It said that Falcon is in the store. You have a chance to earn Falcon, and his Exo 7 orb is now available in the Blitz store. Well, that doesn't seem like it happened.
It didn't.
Yeah, unless it's gonna happen. But we got 2 more Blitz characters that were data mined with very similar wording. One was the first responder Blitz for Night Nurse, and 2 was the Centurion Hunter Blitz for Yondu. And you think this means something a little different than just a Blitz, correct?
I do, and it's not, it's not based on anything concrete. But let me back up. So with the Falcon data mine, it said his orbs would be in the Blitz store, and his orbs were introduced back into the game. Like, there's an offer for him today, I believe. But whenever a character goes to Blitz, they put their orbs in the normal store. So it said his orbs would be in the Blitz store. Obviously, they're not, but it did mean that his orbs were coming. So the interesting data mines we've seen are Night Nurse. It's like a 2-in-1 email. It says that they have a Blitz coming up for Night Nurse and Yondu, but it also says Night Nurse is now in the Blitz store. Yondu is now in the Blitz store. Now, it could just be, again, like the Falcon Blitz, where that whole line just doesn't mean anything, and they just have blitzes coming up. On the flip side, it could mean that, they have blitzes coming up, and then what I kind of think, and I'm kind of hoping, is I think those characters might go to the Blitz store. Night Nurse has 2 nodes, and if they pulled her off of one of her nodes, she'd still have a node. So it would make sense to put her in the Blitz store. And then Yondu is already a fairly easy to farm character, and if they put him in Blitz store, he would stay easy to farm. And it would make 2 more nodes available for, like, they've got at this point like a backlog of characters that we're just waiting for them to be farmable in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like Miles. Miles, I think, just went to the...
Yeah, he went to the Blitz store.
Or whichever one, yeah.
Blitz.
Yeah.
And Baku went to, yeah. Anyway.
But so they've got this list of characters, and they got to free up places to put them. So I think they, rather than putting a brand new character in the Blitz store, I think they're more likely to put really old, not that popular characters into one of the stores, and put the newer characters on nodes where you can get them more slowly. That's my hope, but maybe it just means
I'm hoping that as well. But I'm reading this the exact same way as the Falcon datamine. I think it's just gonna be a Blitz, but I hope for goodness sake that you're right. I would love to see more farmable characters, especially on heroes and villains, because I'm running out of people to farm on those stages just for the daily login reward. So I hope you're right. I hope that's exactly what it means, but we'll have to see on that one. As we know with a data mine, it's you never know.
Yep.
Dates, we talked about those last week, but we are still in data mines, and we talked about this Falcon Blitz. August 1st and August 8th for this Vulture Blitz. Not really a question there, just wanted to remind everybody in case you forgot, but here's the data mine. Next thing though, we did get a data mine about the beta raids coming back. And when it was gamma raids that had the hero brawlers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like this one's gonna have city villains. Any characters stand out off the top of your head, city villain that you really want to farm?
I'm actually gonna check my filters right here and see. Let's see. We'll do by city and villain, and I'm seeing Carnage, city villain that I'd like to farm. All of the Sinister Six are city villain. Mysterio, Rhino, Shocker, Green Goblin. Nobu is a city villain. Oh, I think, did they put Nobu on a node, or is he still premium?
He's on a node.
Okay.
Hand Assassin counts in there too, so
yeah,
not all bad. I like that Carnage. I like the Sinister Six.
A lot of junk. Kingpin and Merc Lieutenant, good characters. Not hard to come across, but good characters. But yeah, Carnage, Venom, and the Sinister Six are the top picks from that pool, I guess, in terms of rarity. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot like the city brawl or the hero brawlers are.
Yep.
Where newer players who don't have everyone 7-star, which is most players, are just gonna kind of be happy getting a smattering of shards from everyone, with a couple that they'll hope for that you might be able to get lucky and get. But
yeah, I agree. What do you think is going to happen with the difficulty? I know once in a while they change it up. Do you think they're going to change the difficulty on this one?
They said every time they come back around they intend to change it. But while I'm sure they'll change the boss and mini boss nodes, I think they learned from Gamma that they can change it up, but they shouldn't really make it more than like 10% harder.
Those Gammas were crazy.
They were, but I think they said in the Q&A I did with Cerebro, he's like, we know we overtuned it. So
yeah. Well, hopefully they learn from that. Any other thoughts on that before we move on?
No, just I look forward to people outraged and calling them bad orbs, and then also celebrating when they get Carnage drops.
Yeah, they're mostly bad orbs, but there's a couple good things in there.
That's how it was last time, and look, it's that or it's one character and you get like BP, and then you're just like, well, there's no silver lining here if you have a.
I wouldn't mind if it's one character as long as it's not a farmable character like Black Panther. He's farmable. Fox next. We got a Red Star featured character that has been data mined. It is the Mercenaries, and it's going to feature each having a 4% drop rate for Deadpool, Bullseye, and Killmonger. How excited for this are you?
All right, I got mixed feelings on this because on the one hand, if you've got a bunch of Red Star orbs, like I don't know that's the time to open them all. There's probably more valuable and more desirable characters to save Red Star orbs for. But on the flip side, 2 of those 3 characters, firstly, are just incredible characters, right? Bullseye is obviously terrible, but Deadpool and Killmonger are both very good. And then both Deadpool and Killmonger benefit a lot from Red Stars. Both benefit from the health and the damage. Because Deadpool obviously is damage dealer. The more damage he can do, the better. But he heals for max health on debuff. So the more health he gets, the more he heals himself. So he gains a lot of, durability. He benefits quite a bit from red stars. And then Killmonger, same thing. He heals for a percentage of the damage he deals, and he's a damage dealer. So the more damage he's able to deal, the more he's able to heal himself for, and the more of a health pool he has, the more room he has to keep healing more before he goes down. So on the one hand, like, it's 2 out of 3 good characters to get high red stars on. So not a bad idea to open red stars during that window. But they're not the most desirable characters. If you're working on your Wakandans, Killmonger is absolutely worth getting high red stars on. A 7 red star Killmonger, I would be absolutely ecstatic. And high red stars on DP wouldn't be bad either. But DP's kind of relegated to the brawler team right now. And then Bullseye is just a sad situation. I mean, if you got really high red stars on Bullseye, he would hurt a lot. It wouldn't fix the other issues with him. He'd still probably die before he could do anything. But even with Bullseye, I wouldn't be mad if I got a 7 red star Bullseye. I'd probably just stick Star-Lord next to him and like turn 1 ult.
Would he make it to a team if he got those 7 stars?
Would be the worst thing ever. So, cool. Yeah, I'm just kind of neutral on it. Like, not bad characters to get red stars, but probably not the main ones worth saving for. But
better than the Kingpin featured red stars.
Yes,
event,
indeed.
Right?
Definitely
so they're getting better.
They're
getting better.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
All right, Relic Hunter coming up. How excited for this are you? ABCs, my friend.
I'm always excited for Relic Hunter, but I feel like of all of the Flash events, this one's the most disappointing. Like, I'm always happy when it comes around. I can never have enough ABCs. I can't wait for this event to get here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking. What is your logic behind the rest of it, though?
Yeah, I mean, the payday gives a ton of gold, and it's actually worth it. The what's it? The
gold, not the gold one. You just said the gold. The ability.
Oh,
mats,
the ability ones. Yeah, the ability mats
heroes.
gives tier 4 ones. That one's amazing. That's my favorite one because tier 4s are so rare. This one doesn't give enough. It gives like 2-3 items worth of ABCs.
Very true.
At gear tier 11, 12, and it's good. Like, I look forward to it getting here. It's free stuff. I'm never upset, and I look forward to using my new super powered hand assassin.
Woo!
To really shine there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think they could afford to be a little bit more generous with Relic Hunter, but
yeah, either make it come around more often or up what they're giving a little bit more. Because man, I was talking about this with Mobile Gamer / OMG earlier. It's like 800 ABCs per character or something like that.
Yeah.
Does that sound right to you?
I don't remember the exact number, but it's I mean, that sounds about right. You need like 100 and like 170-ish for like a single gear tier up towards the top, maybe even more.
Or 56 just for one item sometimes.
Right. And they usually need like 3 or 4 to take ABCs, so yeah.
I could think you could get one piece of gear for the Relic Hunter event, right? Just
you get
56, something like that.
1.5 pieces of gear.
not even a full tier, just 1.5 pieces. So.
Come on, Fox Next. We really could use a helping hand on this one.
Oh yeah. I love the puns.
Thank you.
All right, and now the big news of the week for you on a personal note, and for all of us wanting to hear what happened. San Diego Comic-Con. I know the Marvel Strike Force had a presence last year, not so much this year. Any big takeaways from it that you see, either relevant to this game or just in general? Maybe in the MCU. I know they announced a lot of the Phase 4 movies. So.
In MCU, for sure, yeah. I mean, there wasn't much news really that impacts this game, but obviously the MCU, the whole Phase 4, lineup being dropped. I'm super, super excited for a lot of the Phase 4 movies. Happy that Taika Waititi's back. I'm happy that we got Jane Foster coming back for Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah, there's just so much good stuff announced. So I'm hyped for that, but... Yeah, there wasn't much on the MSF front specifically. A lot of people are theorizing like, oh, this could mean that we get this character when this movie comes out, but I want to caution people on that. So like some people are like, all right, so do you think this means that we'll get Blade in 3 years? Like, well, Maybe, but I don't think it makes sense. If I'm Fox Next, I don't think I would sit on Blade for 3 years. I think I would just release Blade whenever it makes sense to release Blade, maybe in 6 months or whatever, I don't know. And then if the game is still around 2.5 years from then you rework him and you introduce other characters from Blade comics.
Yeah, the villains from the movie. You could do the villains from the movie or any sidekicks he has, right?
Yeah, anything like that. But I don't, people who are trying to make the connection like, ooh, we'll get Thor Jane Foster in 3 years. Like, maybe if they're still not in the game by then. But I don't know that it makes a lot of sense to hold those characters that long. But who knows? I don't know.
I don't know either. Any big other takeaways on the gaming front? I know we talked about the movies, but any gaming things you're excited about coming up?
I got to see the Iron Man VR. It looked really good. Got to see some gameplay from the Avengers A-Day from Square Enix, and that looked really good.
Nice. Looks like a good game. Looks like a fun game.
Yep. And then got the news that there's a Marvel Strike Force clone, another Galaxy of Heroes Marvel Strike Force clone called Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall.
Okay, that is what you sent me some stuff.
Yeah, maybe you can include some screenshots of it in the video.
I'll show you that. Yeah.
I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and I was saying, I've said on stream many times, like, oh man, if they just did a Game of Thrones version of this game, I'd play the heck out of it. And it looks like my wish was granted.
Oh,
that's exactly what we're getting.
More time spending in games. I might have to check it out too. Jeez. Anything else? We talked about a lot. It wasn't a huge news week, but there was a bunch of little things that went on. A lot of little things that went on this week. Anything else that you could think of off the top of your head, or anything else you want to discuss?
Not really. I think we nailed it all. I can't wait for Vulture because my Sinister Six team is just not particularly effective at much of anything until we get Vulture. So.
Yeah, definitely need him. He's that missing piece, right, for that team.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, while I was down there for San Diego Comic-Con, I devoted one day to meeting up with Fox Next, and one of the things that I'd gotten asked is, just out of curiosity, how come you never made a Sinister Six video? And I was like, well, because they kind of suck and need Vulture. What am I gonna check out this perfectly average team that loses most matchups? Huzzah!
Cool. Well, let everybody know where they could find you, my friend, if they don't know already.
If you don't already know, I stream Marvel Strike Force every day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Khasino, every single day at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Also, anyone is welcome to join my Discord, discord.gg/Khasino. We got blitz predictions, infographics, content creator videos, and more. ValleyFlyin is hanging out on there. You can ask him questions. And youtube.com/Khasino as well.
Nice. Well, thank you once again for joining me on the news report. We got a good streak going. I think this is 13 or something. I don't know. You guys can see in the title, but it's a lot. We've done this for many weeks now. I want to thank you once again for joining me. This show would not be the same if you weren't here. So it's
no problem. I look forward to it every week. It helps me to kind of catch up on everything, and it forces me to actually take some time and think about some of the smaller things that don't really impact me, but I have to kind of really evaluate how they impact the community. So
yeah, very true. And hey, I'm having a lot of fun with doing these videos as well, so awesome stuff. Hey, and I hope you guys are enjoying these videos as well. If you do, share this with all your friends, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, join the notification squad, hit that bell, guys, and check out some of the links down below: Patreon, BlueStacks, Valley merch. And I will see you guys next time. More Strike Force and Ultimate Alliance 3 content coming. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out.